All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Arachak Now belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you. Hopeful elect Shalom unto you. Your brush required with a fairly straightforward and quick video. And just want to tap in on this, man. This is prophecy. Okay? This is prophecy. Okay, I don't know where you've been, but there's a new strain, or you almost can't say it, because if they treat it like they treat it, because I'm still getting videos taken down speaking on the C-19 from 2024. So I'm gonna call this the OP-M, the M-OP, something to that effect. Okay, I probably title it something to that. Okay, the Xbox. Okay, I'm gonna call it the Xbox. Okay, yeah, that'll work. So, but we should see what this is all about. Okay, if you can read for yourself on the left here. Okay, which is a new pestilence that's in the earth, and this is prophecy. Okay, so I'm gonna read a little bit of it, of the article, and then where this is going, because we've seen this play before, just a few years ago, about 4 years ago. Okay. But this all falls in line with the NWO and the prophecy. Okay? But, well, maybe I'll bring that one out as well. But let's start here at Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And this is a pestilence, okay? This is another pestilence that's now in the earth. Okay, the Xbox op. Okay, something to that effect. You can see what it says. Okay, is believed to be airborne. Okay, now they were upset in 2020 because a lot of people rejected it because it was a silent and invisible foe, or whatever you want to call it, right? But now they're making sure this one is visual. And as some, I've heard, I speak as a man when I repeat this from men that spoke it. It could have easily been what they gave you as a remedy for the first one. Now it's starting to come out of your system. Okay? So that could easily be something that's in the works. Right? It says it's believed to be airborne and can lead to serious health issues and death. Okay, and you can see what it's all about. Travelers to and from African countries have been warned to visit with extreme caution. Okay, and I'm gonna let you get a little visual. You can see it on the man on the left, you can see it on the man on the right. Okay, the situation that they're going through. All right, and this man spoke up. And I have a video of what he's talking about, saying it's, you see that the WHO has hit the WHO level. Okay? And it's gonna continue to go further and further and further until they gain this control. They ran the test run 4 years ago. They made some tweaks, and now they're gonna do it now. And this is scaring Jake. I see people walking around like it's 2021. Okay? Covered up. Okay, with the mask. They're covered. Jake, man, people out there covered up, scared. Okay? Well, it does have a lot to do with your health, but never have they yet said that you should eat better and eat certain types of foods that can fight this thing off. They never tell you the solution, but the solution is always right here. Okay, this is where the solution is. Okay, you see that, right? They don't, like, there were doctors in the last one said, this is what you need to take. This is what you need to give them. Okay, certain antidotes and medications and beach water and, it's the sand and all these natural things. But then some of them were chemical things, but it fought exactly what the issues were, right? But now, again, lock them down. Okay? So you see that this is all they know. This devil runs the same play every time and expects you not to blitz it at any point. Okay? Because it works on you people every time. Okay? And now that it's a visual thing, no one's denying anything. No one's gonna say, well, I can't get it. You know, everybody's scared to get it because they make it look bad. I mean, they make it looks bad. Don't get me wrong. Nobody wants to have that all over their body. You know? No one wants to have that. And we know that they are sending stuff out there. And then we also know that the scriptures tell us that we're supposed to be fighting with our belief, our faith, our prayer, and our wisdom. This is why we get into the herbs. This is why we get into certain foods and stand away from certain foods. Okay, certain high levels of acidity in our body. Okay? So that's all I'm gonna say on that, because I know how they did years ago, and I wouldn't doubt that that's the new algorithm, how they set this thing up. Okay, but you know they're gonna end up locking this thing down. Okay, we had a case, and I forgot where we just had Boston. I think there's cases already in America. There was some in Canada. They're everywhere now, just that fast. Okay, so we seen this play before, and we know what's got to happen. All right, so let me get and you here. I gotta say this, and you Jakes are gonna be begging for a handout this time, and because you abused the handouts last time, we ain't gonna get any handouts. Okay, it's not gonna be handouts like that this time, and they're gonna require you to have certain. It's funny that this is happening at the same time we see digital and biometric ID and V cards and all these other things going on, you know, and it's tied to your bank account. All these certain things going on. Okay, and the earth setting up the MOTB. Okay, so they're figuring out how they're gonna squeeze you and push you into a certain mindset, more than anything, a physical place, but a certain mindset. Okay, and that mindset is to be obedient unto the beast and the beast system and that image of the beast. Okay, all roads lead to the image of the beast, and then all roads of wickedness lead to the image of the beast, but all righteous roads lead to the return of Yahushua. Okay, so without further ado, let me get deeper into these pestilent scriptures. Okay, so this is Luke 21, which said, I'll start up and get it up above it. In Luke 21:7, I want to make the point in this verse. It says, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what is the sign? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? Okay, and let's jump down. It's listing them. I'll read down. Take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed one. And the time draw near, go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then he said unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. We see that happening in Russia, Ukraine, the Middle East, okay, Palestine, and Israel. Iran is involved in that. Okay, and America's tied into it all as well. Okay, which is America's the Babylon the Great. Okay, prophesied to see that lake of fire on its continent. Okay, verse 11 says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. We've been seeing numerous earthquakes, particularly here in America, but all over the world. Been a lot of seismic activity lately. Okay, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Okay, 2nd Esdras 15, verse 1, it says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Cause them to be written in paper, because we know that there's many prophets that have spoken things before, okay, of war, evil, and of pestilence, okay. Yahushua has spoken himself as that main prophet, and this is an end time prophecy right here, given unto Ezra, okay, which I'll put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, unto the prophets, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. This is going to happen. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Incredulity is disbelief that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay? Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. All those are plagues as well. Okay? But there will literally be plagues. And we're seeing this is the second one, as we saw before the first one even went down. And then after the first one went down, we saw kill hate. Okay? The Microsoft scientists say, hey, there'll be another one that'll be worse. And we got to get ready for that. But we can, thin out the herd, if you will, thin the population down if we can get these vaccines out there really good. Okay? So all these things, you're acting like you didn't see these things, or you were ignoring, or you were not paying attention to where you should be paying attention to, where they said these things at. Okay? But that's what the prophets and the watchmen are out here for. Okay, to show you where they said these things and point it out to, so you can be edified before the point comes, so you can dodge the bullet, if you will. Okay? It says for wickedness, and this is why this is coming. It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. So this is also a punishment from the Lord. Okay? Yeah, he has this man, his sword, out there sending these plagues in the earth. He has them setting up certain events in the earth. Okay, all these things are happening for the purpose of the Heavenly Father Yahweh to have his purpose. Okay? To get the people that he chose in the beginning to come back and be 100% in obedience unto him. Like he designed the earth to run from the beginning. Now we went off and you can go to the garden and all these things sprouted from there, and he tried to flush it with Noah, and that did it for a little while, but not long at all, and then so on and so forth till we got here. Okay? And now we're so far away from where we're supposed to be. The only thing that'll solve it is the return of Yahushua. And these are some of the plagues that the scripture said will be there when he returned. Okay? So I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. And you Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, a lot of you are rolling right along with the wickedness in the earth. Okay? A lot of you are going right along with it. You're not hearing the words of the prophets. You're misusing the prophets. You're just doing all the things that the Lord doesn't want you to do, though he sent his mouthpieces out there to warn you of these things. Okay, it says, behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. We've been complaining and telling you. Those that are in the heavens, they've been complaining and telling the Lord what's going on down here. Okay? It says, and surely, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. The elect will make it through all these things. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. Okay? We're led right from the flock to the slaughter. Okay? There's nothing good coming out of this, because all this leads to the MOTB, which leads to the missile fire from World War III. Okay? Which is judgment. All right? It says, I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, the new Egypt, right? But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, events leading up to the, and will destroy all the land thereof. Okay? And this is new Egypt, okay? This is also likened to Egypt over here in America, but in certain parts of the earth, okay? The Lord has to go and cleanse certain parts of the earth. But he's bringing these plagues to the earth like he brought the plagues to ancient Egypt, okay? Because this is a sign of the deliverance that's coming and the return of Yahushua, okay? So it says, as before. So this is showing you this isn't the ancient, but this is the new version. But even in the ancient, they had clues of this. Okay, let me grab that. Exodus 9:3, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous murrain. And when you get into murrain, it's a plague. Okay, I'll go there, but in the blue letter, give me 1 second because I'm going in for this. Verse 9, right? Because that was a plague on the cattle, and this is a plague upon the a boil upon the people. It says, and it shall become small dust in the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth, with blains upon man. Okay, so this is on humans now, and upon beasts throughout all the land of Egypt. Okay, so let's go to blue letter. Okay, and if you just look at the at the NLT, it says for verse 3, for the word grievous murrain, right? So the hand of the Lord will strike all your livestock, your horses, donkeys, camels, cattle, sheep, and goats, with a deadly plague. Okay, when you jump down to verse 9, festering boils, plague of boils, right? Verse 9, it says, it says, the ashes will spread like fine dust over the earth, over the whole land of Egypt, causing festering boils to break out on people and animals throughout the land. Okay, so let's go into that. Now, when we go into, let's start here on the definitions. Okay, small dust, we need boil. Okay, shachayan. Okay, it says meaning to burn. The root is to burn. Boil, inflamed spot. Isn't that what that looked like on the back of that man? Inflammation, eruption. Okay. Botch. To burn, inflammation, i.e. an ulcer. Boil, botch. That's what that looked like in that man's back and in the other man's face. Okay. Used as a kind of black leprosy epidemic in Egypt, called by physicians elephantitis, but I looked that up. That was more of the swelling, skin from being covered with black scales, and the feet swelling up. Okay, but that black scales, isn't that what that looked like? Okay, don't that look like black scales? Okay. All right, so now we're back in this. Let's go into some translations. And I believe the NSAB 20. Okay, we come down to the BBE translation for Exodus 9:9. It says, and it will become small dust over all the land of Egypt, and will be a skin disease bursting out in wounds on man and beast throughout all the land. Okay, you come down, I believe the NSAB 20. Yep, the 20 NASB 20. It says, then it will become fine dust all over the land of Egypt. It will turn into boils breaking out with sores on every person and animals through all the land of Egypt. Okay. Sores. I think there was one, the AMP says, it will become fine dust over the entire land of Egypt, and will become boils breaking out in sores on man and animals in all the land occupied by the Egyptians. Okay? So as we're fighting with all the different remedies and things, that natural remedies and things that we're doing, the colloidal silvers, the oregano, the flushing with lots of water, keeping the acidic nature down in our bodies, where it's not just thriving in an environment of conducive for illness and inflammation. Okay, we're working on all these things. Okay, we because we believe that this is coming, and we believe the Lord has remedies, and we mingle it with prayer. Not mingle, but we mix it with prayer. Okay, our actions and our works are with prayer as well, that we'll be able to make it through this. Well, will some of us get it? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, will some of us be healed from it? Maybe, probably. Okay, but this is where your faith and your belief comes in. This is where the work of the Lord comes in. Okay, I think that was the last of those translations I wanted. Let's go back. All right, so you see how grievous this can be. Okay, this is going to bother Jake, man. This is going to bother the people. Okay, people aren't going to want this, man. And if it's inflamed and bursting and making sores and itching and burning, and just people going to be irritated, hey, man, what do you think? The Lord ain't playing. This is a plague from the Lord. You think he's playing? And this is still a light plague from the Lord, okay? He's got heavier things to come. Grab a couple more precepts and close. I'll start here at verse 17 in 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter, the 17th verse. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Yeah, I want to be delivered from something like this, man. I don't want to get this. Okay? You know it has to be a painful thing. And it's airborne, like they said, okay, 6 feet and a mast should stop it. You know, and the other thing, and that lasted for however long it lasted. Okay, while this man was moving around doing all kinds of things. It's funny, the video is 144, right? It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. This thing can kill you. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Well, you should be already believing in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, praying unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and preparing your body to go through these tribulations, these perils. Okay? Mentally, physically, and spiritually. All right? Behold, famine and plague. Okay? Tribulation and anguish are sin and scourges for a minute. And our people will see this, and they'll be scared of this, but they won't think that it's your creator, the guy, the Most High, that those men on the corners are speaking of, and his only begotten Son are warning you of, is bringing this upon you. Enough to say, hey, let me repent and do something special, man. Let me repent and step away from the way I've been living, and start doing the righteous thing that they're guiding the people to do. Okay? It says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So this is just another scourge to whoop the people's ass. But there will be people that will be like, okay, let me get out of this. What is it y'all talking about? What y'all gonna do? Look, I got it. What am I gonna do? I want to believe now. Okay? And we'll see how that plays out through the Spirit of the Lord, right? It says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Okay? So this thing's only going to get worse and worse, man. Okay? So you've been warned. Another plague, another scourge of the Heavenly Father is upon us. Another step toward the NWO system, the image of the beast. Okay, that beast is ancient Rome, the Roman Empire, that went down for 1,000 years after the Lord was off the scene. The Byzantine Empire rose with the Dark Ages, and then they was reborn during the Renaissance. And this is it's being set up again. But this, with the technology that they're forcing us towards, is supposed to be able to let a lot of people die off, but then control the rest of civilization with this, okay? And they're going to search out, because the direct enemy, this is going off topic, but just to say this before I close, and the direct enemy of their agenda are the prophets and the believers, the church that's being set up right in their kingdom, because they know the prophecy also says that we will be setting up and calling the play in prophecy before they do it. And this is just another play in prophecy. But this is something that will get your attention. Let's see if that attention leads you before the men of the Lord, for those that teach with 100% truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, so with that, I'm going to close, giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rachakwadash, that belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone, and greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you, hopeful elect. Until the next one, Shalom. Woo!